Do you feel like you've wasted your shot at finding love? Or maybe you've started to believe that a happy, fulfilling relationship is no longer even possible for you. With over 60% of Americans reporting loneliness, it's a growing problem. But that doesn't have to be your reality. I'm going to share tangible tools to help you shift your approach and create the love life that you've been longing for. Stick around to discover the steps that can transform your dating life and help you find the love you truly deserve. I'm going to show you why you do not want to give up on dating and what you can do differently. Sadly, there's a loneliness epidemic in the world today. There are lots of different stats on this, but I want to highlight just a couple of them. Only 24% of people report that they can find companionship when they truly want it. And like I said before, over 60% of Americans report feeling lonely. So why does this matter to you? Or does it even matter to you? Even more importantly, what are you going to do about this problem in your life? Does it even matter whether or not you give up on finding love? Well, even if you wish love didn't have such a large impact on your life, the answer is yes, it does matter. Research shows that loneliness has the same impact on mortality as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's right, being lonely has the same effect on mortality as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. I want to speak to the version of you who feels the most broken and lost right now. There's a really important thing that I want you to understand about this. Unfortunately, the things that most people do to try to deal with their loneliness don't work. They're not working. There's an interesting trend in the literature that you find in the literature. Up to age 50, about 60% of people report that they are actively looking for a relationship. And then after 50, that drops way off. And women are a little bit ahead of men in this dynamic that I'm talking about. Most women, about 60% of women, say that they're actively looking for a relationship prior to age 40. And then after 40, that drops way down. So why is it that most Americans are lonely? Why is it that we know that there are very bad, predictable consequences for loneliness and people quit looking? Why do we give up on finding love? Why is it that we give up on finding a happy relationship in our lives? Additionally, research is really clear that we are better in relationships. We are social people, and we are better when we're in a healthy relationship. Research also consistently shows that around 50% of the population has what we call a secure attachment style. That shows that their default is to be sensitive and available. They tend to enter relationships fairly easily. These guys are good prospects. So if we know that being in a good relationship is better for us than not, if we all intuitively know that we want to be loved and we want to be in a relationship where we are able to love and be loved, where we feel safe, where we feel like we matter, if that's true, and we have all of this data that shows that we're much worse off when we're not in a healthy relationship, what's the problem? So let's put this together. We also know that being alone and not being in a healthy relationship is associated with all kinds of negative outcomes. We know that being in a healthy relationship is associated with all kinds of positive outcomes. We also know that at our core, we all would like to be in a healthy, loving relationship. We also know that about 50% of the population have the bones, have the general framework to be able to create a healthy relationship. So if that's all true, what's the problem? Why do we give up on it at about age 40 or at about age 50? Well, it's because we don't know what to do. People don't know how to fix this problem. And the really great news is that it's a very fixable problem. So we know that you're lonely, even if you don't want to admit it. Here's the thing. More of the same gets you more of the same. Do not give up. People do find healthy and happy relationships all of the time. There are actually 7 components to finding, creating, and maintaining the fulfilling relationship that you're looking for. Here's a PDF. You can click on this PDF to find out a little bit about each of these 7 things. You have to know what to look for and how to filter out unhealthy prospects. So here are 2 essential green flags. The good news is that not everybody has given up. The problem isn't that it's not possible to find someone that you can actually be happy with. The problem is just knowing what to do. So 2 imperative green flags that I want you to be able to learn how to recognize. The first one is availability. The person that you want to be with will absolutely be willing to make space for you in his life. When you are in need, when you're struggling, when you're sad, when you're lonely, when you're happy, When you've had a great day, he will make room for you. He'll hold your hair while you're throwing up. He will make space for you in his life. He will be willing to make himself available for you when you're in need. If somebody is not willing to do this, it's a huge red flag. If you feel like a burden, if you feel like an imposition, if you feel like it's a problem for him to want to spend time with you, to talk to you on the phone, to text you, to go on dates, to show up for you, to help you with the things that you need, that's a huge red flag. The second green flag is sensitivity or responsiveness. The right guy that you're looking for will not only be available, he will also be sensitive to what's going on in your life. He won't make you feel stupid for having feelings. He won't make you feel embarrassed for needing him or for turning to him. He will care about how you feel, and he will be sensitive to what's going on in your life. If this isn't the case, this is also a huge red flag. If you feel like you can't share, if you feel like you've got to keep it all together all the time, if you feel like you have to defend your feelings and what's going on in your head, huge red flag. These are two things that you should absolutely be assessing early in a relationship. And when you see signs that this is not the case, you want to address that. Overtly talk to him about it. Find out, is he just missing the signs or is he unwilling to do it? And as you talk to him about it, it will become really clear whether or not he's willing to be available and whether or not he's willing to be sensitive to you. If you see these things, if he is available to you, if he is sensitive to you, those are huge green flags. Keep going. Pursue the relationship. Find out if you're interested in learning more about how to decipher these red and green flags that we've talked about. I've created this really cool tool to help you be able to identify these things in somebody that you're dating.